Hey Dennis, how's it going? This is Josh from the Riot Report. How has the first week of practice been as far as getting back into pads and kind of stepping up that physicality?
The first week of practice has been really great, man. I've been adjusting everything pretty well, taking everything day by day. As far as being back in the pads, it feels great to be back in the pads. It's been a while since we put them on, so everything's great there.
Is there a little bit of familiarity? Obviously, there's been probably 6 months since you've actually gotten to hit somebody. Does it feel good to kind of get those out of the way and actually get to have some physical contact with guys?
It felt great to get that out of the way, actually, and just adjusting off of it and taking everything day by day. So, like you said, it's been 6 months, so it's been great to put them back on and get some contact going.
Hey Dennis, it's Elena Getzenberg. Hope you're doing well. I was wondering for you, obviously there's a lot of new on this offensive line. Just how for you has it been kind of gelling with everyone and getting comfortable with the new group?
It's actually been very easy. We got a great group of guys. Everybody's pretty much there for each other. So that's what you ask for in the whole line, and that's what we got in our room. So it's been fairly easy to get along with everybody, get to know everybody, and translate all of that to the field. So
Hey Dennis, Jason Huber with WFMZ. Yesterday, Matt Rule mentioned that you've been taking some reps at left guard. How are you feeling right now at that position? Because you're someone who has experience moving around a bunch on the offensive line.
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good at left guard. It's more limited space compared to tackle, so I'm adjusting to it well. Like I said, I'm taking everything day by day, different adjustments and learning from Russell Okung next to me. So it's been a great experience, and I feel great at left guard.
Hey Dennis, Bridget Condon from ABC 11. Where were you yesterday when you heard the news about Ron Rivera? And I know you're kind of focused on this season, but I'm sure that kind of makes you stop in your tracks a little.
Right. So I was actually at home when I saw the news, and that's very unfortunate news. And prayers up to Coach Ron Rivera, and I hope everything works out for the best.
Hey Dennis, this is Miles Simmons from Panthers.com. When was the last time you played guard, and just how comfortable are you going from more outside tackle to the inside at guard there?
Well, my first time actually playing guard was last year summer camp. Well, last year in camp, that was my first time ever playing guard. So um, I went the whole season. I finished out the season at left tackle, and then now I transitioned to guard, and it's been an easy transition for me because I'm used to being out in space and used to moving a lot. So I go inside and there's limited space and everything happens now. So it's been a good transition.
Hey, Dennis, it's Joe Person with The Athletic. Good to see you.
Sure.
You guys had a fairly lengthy post-practice gathering today. Wondered what the message might have been.
Just genuine, like just talks from the coach about the team and about how we're gonna practice and the direction we're taking. So it was just basic stuff that the coach would talk to the team about after the practice.
Dennis, is there a physical difference, footwork and handwork wise, between tackle and guard, or is it just less space and moving more quickly?
At tackle, you got more space and you can be a lot more patient at tackle. As compared to guard, you got to be more grounded and you got to be quick and you got to get hands on now and you gotta know how to move inside. You blocking way bigger bodies compared to defensive ends, so you just got to be more stout and more grounded at guard.
Hey Dennis, this is Stephen Toronto with the Riot Report. We've heard so much about the speed that this offense has, but being physical on offense is so often just as important as being talented. And being physical so often falls on the offensive line first and foremost. Where do you think this team is from a physical toughness standpoint? And how do you think a team like this learns and develops a sense of toughness?
I feel like we got a lot of guys on this team that already understands toughness and mental toughness, physical toughness. We got a lot of guys that's pretty familiar in that area. So it's really not hard for us to pretty much gain toughness as a team. Everybody pretty much got the same mindset, and everybody take the same approach to practice.
Hey, Dennis, Jason Huber again. You were a late draft pick last year, and you had, full training camp, a full preseason to kind of, show what you were made of. What's been your advice for some of those guys this year who are undrafted, drafted late in the draft, who don't have all those opportunities?
The biggest advice that I learned myself from Trey Turner last year that I can share to those guys is work on one thing every day. It's not going to be perfect because coming from college, it's a different ball game. So if you focus on one thing and you get 1% better every day, then that's all you can pretty much do. You control everything that comes with that.
Hey, Dennis. Vincent from the Right Report. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your experience with Coach Meyer so far and how he's helped in sort of transitioning, seemingly full-time from tackle to guard now.
He's a pretty positive guy. He tries to help the players as much as he can, and he tries to break everything down for everybody. And like everything is just smooth with him. Like he literally breaks it down for you, let you know, put your hands here, you move your steps here. He's just a very positive person, and we just keep our room very positive. Everybody help everyone, and we just move from there.
We got time for a couple more for Dennis, guys.
Hey, Dennis, this is Miles Simmons again. You mentioned you've learned a lot from Russell Okung being next to him. Just what has he taught you and what's he brought to you?
As far as looking at the defense and being able to read the defense before they actually do the blitz or before they do a twist or a game or a stunt, like he sees it before it happens. So that's the main thing that I really learned from him.
Dennis,
just watching the defense and pretty much paying attention to it.
Let's go Joe, then Elena. Joe and Elena will finish off.
hey, Dennis, bunch of Gamecocks in that locker room now. Just sort of wondered what your scouting report was on Joe Charlton and if you had much background with Farrell.
Joe Charlton, I love Joe Charlton, man. He's a great guy. I was there with him my 2 years at South Carolina, so I got pretty familiar with him. He's a great guy. Farrell, I miss Farrell. I was at Georgia Military College when Farrell was at South Carolina.
Hey, Dennis, I was wondering just for you, how would you describe, obviously, you mentioned what you would tell this year's rookies, but now how are you kind of coming into this training camp? Like, how do you feel different than last year? Like, what's changed for you?
I'm sorry, you was breaking up. I'm sorry.
Oh, from last year's camp, not being a rookie anymore, what is kind of different about how you're approaching this year's camp than last year? Is there anything that you feel different about or just kind of a different perspective from last season?
Last year I came in just trying to learn as much as I can from the guys, and this year I'm one of the guys that I have the opportunity to be a starter. So I took a different approach, and I actually want to learn everything. I want to be able to learn it so good that I can teach the younger guys under me. So that's pretty much my approach for this year.